at around 7 o'clock tonight, as I understand it, the Prime Minister was taken to intensive care. The statement makes clear that he, is receiving excellent care, and he wants to thank all the people at the NHS. But something important has changed in that he's now in intensive care rather than being looked after by medics, and he's felt it necessary to ask the Foreign Secretary, Dominic Raab, to deputise for him where needs be. Now, that's a completely different message to what we've heard in the last sort of 18 hours or so, where it was continually the Prime Minister's in touch, he's still in charge, everything is sort of almost as business as usual. Clearly now the Prime Minister being in intensive care changes everything. His condition, as I understand it, worsened over the course of this afternoon. He's still conscious, we're told, but he's been moved to intensive care as a precaution in case he requires ventilation as necessary to get through this illness. With those sort of very sporadic small bits of information that we've had through the day, it seems somewhat of a vacuum, to be honest. And talking to people in government who would normally be quite forthcoming about what was going on was a very, very rigid script, just that he was in good spirits and he was working was sort of cracking on as best he could be, and he was said to be in good spirits. That changed very dramatically, but also there was something slightly more puzzling, whereas at the press conference earlier this afternoon, the Foreign Secretary said he hadn't spoken to the Prime Minister since Saturday. Now that seems strange, that seems rather odd, given that Dominic Raab was meant to be taking charge of the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister is continually in touch. Clearly, at that point, the situation was already getting worse. As we then latterly discovered just after 8 o'clock, the Prime Minister has in fact been moved to intensive care.